You've been very outspoken about the quarterback development. Why do you think QB play has declined so much over the last 10 years? Or has it declined, or is it just a little bit different nowadays?
Hey, Pat, you ruffle some feathers, Pat.
No.
Nah.
I'm trying to identify. I don't think a lot of quarterbacks have the time and the grace like they once did. And when you think about quarterbacks like Andrew Luck, when you think about quarterbacks like CJ Stroud, when you think about quarterbacks like myself, Robert Griffin III, who came into the league like a Ben Roethlisberger, like who came into the league and had instant success. You know, our savior's here, you know what I'm saying? And gone are the days where Jordan Love is like, it's a unicorn approach. Guys who sit behind, like, you're drafted to play now. You know what I'm saying? And that impacts development. Now we're seeing guys like Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Mac Jones, you know, become journeymen before they can finally find a home, which in other places and other times and other eras, we was expecting the quarterback that we drafted, the Troy Aikmans, to sit out for a couple years. Hey, Brett Favre, he wasn't mature enough, so he just sits out for a couple years. Michael Vick, you know what I'm saying, sit behind Chris Chandler. Why did I know this? I'm from Atlanta. I've seen this whole development, you know, kind of happen. Quarterbacks were not asked to be the savior, not this fast. So when you draft a guy and hints towards another C1N alum who's potentially going to be the first pick of the draft if he decides to come out, Adante Moore, who's at Oregon. Hey, bro, you're not going to have the same grace and patience because teams, organizations, and fan bases are putting you in an unrealistic expectation because of what we've seen in the past. Look at a guy like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has a head coach in Liam Cohen, who this is his first year as a head coach, but this is not Trevor Lawrence's first year. Well, we're seeing phases and flashes of Trevor Lawrence perform at a level where we never question coaching. We never question scheme. We never question, you know, management. We just gave Terrion Arnold X amount of dollars. He has to be ready to play. We just gave Passer defensive play. Listen, figure it out. But what about when the player says, dog, I've been playing my way my whole life. Now you trying to change certain things up and you making football too complex. What about that? So when I mean development, or when you talk about development, it's very sensitive because I believe in accountability across the board, not just one-dimensional for the player. I think in every situation, the player would not have gotten drafted if he didn't know how to play. I think it's the challenge for the coach to understand, like, yo, the way I coach a Tom Brady is not the same way that I can coach a Cam Newton. The same way I could coach a Cam Newton is going to be completely different than how I coach a Josh Allen. The same way that I coach a Justin Herbert is going to be different than how I coach a Jalen Hurts. So it's the nuances of the coach to really strategize and say, how can I make my belief showcase through the athlete the best way I know how.
Do you think it's the same way for a cornerback?
Yes, absolutely. You know what I think is interesting to hear even both of y'all kind of talk is that you guys' situation is not normal. I think you guys arguably played under a system and a program that shapes you for the next level.
Yeah.
Being under, Nick Saban's tutelage, like, I didn't come close to having the opportunity to play for a guy like that. I played against him. And it's just different. You know what I'm saying? I think when you talk about we played 47% and then now we're at 55%. It's like, bro, y'all see the game in a different way.
Yeah.
Right? And you're talking to a cat that played in the league long enough to see quote unquote good players play bad, and then you quote unquote see undrafted free agents play out of their mind.
Yeah.
Like, bro, how you go undrafted? You see what I'm saying? It's all about development. It's all about how you see the field, and it's all about being in the right position, but having the position to be in. That's where the coaching come in at, and allowing you to play to your strength. Yeah. A lot of these a lot of these cornerbacks come into the league that are not man-to-man players. It may look like man, but they are not able to find a Jamar Chase, to find an Amon-Ra, to find, Justin Jefferson, to find the league's number or that team's number one player and say, okay, bro, it's me and you for 6 minutes. Like, you gonna win some. I hope I win more. But it really comes down to
Cam, at the end of the day, the odds are against me. the odds are against me. If you throw a deep ball, you basically banking on like it's 3 scenarios for you. It's either gonna be incomplete. All right, we're gonna go repeat second down. I'm gonna draw this PI. The ball gonna get plays at the spot of foul, or I'm gonna catch this ball. For the DB, what? I hope I pick it. Like, but like with that right there. Cause like even like how me and Pat talk about it, Cam, like, do you think like it should be like a difference just as far as like it's one thing for players to make the scheme come to life. That's why I feel like most people don't even understand, even such as like a quarterback. Like you couldn't take Lamar's scheme and give it to Bo Nix. Like, nah, this is what Lamar is good at. But that's the same thing that people don't really understand, even with corners, though, Kim. Like,
I think Bo could do a Lamar Jackson scheme, though. Like, Bo is really.
Let me tell you. Okay,
Jared Goff trying to do a Lamar Jackson scheme.
But then you wouldn't take that. You couldn't take JG's scheme and give it to Lamar. Like, just as far, but it's the same thing with cornerbacks. But I think it's kind of like downplayed a little bit because like people don't know. Like, it's one thing for people to be really, really successful. Like how me and Pat say, like even with us in our schemes, like, shoot, you be wanting to catch picks, but you playing man to man half the time. Like a lot of people, when you go look at picks, like if I go and catch a pick like Pat post ball, I gotta go and get that. Okay, man, we're gonna play vision. We're gonna play vision, man.
I also feel like through the stature of it, I feel like a lot of these like coaches, personnel lose a lot on some uncut gems just because they wasn't patient with them. Like I feel like, these quarterbacks develop over time and they may not realize it. Obviously everybody trained in the off season, work on their mechanics, work on their intangibles. Then once they get into the season, the expectancy, like, okay, we expect you to do this, do that. And they don't see it. Then it's like, boom, okay, what we need to do now? Everybody's rushing. But this dude here, he's taking his time. He working hard, being patient. Then you let him go to another team and he snapped. And now that team in the bind because they don't realize, damn, we could have been patient with this dude. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the downfall of some coaches and organizations on not being patient because it's not the talent. It's the part of just so being optimistic and allowing this dude to have a chance to work within the scheme that he's probably not accustomed to.
With that, because like my teammate made that like very, very vague to me, like Alex Anzalone. Like I'll never forget this conversation he had with me. Like, yeah, you know it's a little different for you. You went first round. Like it's a lot of good players in the league who it go to waste just because the position they in. They don't have the time to develop. And like that's the harsh reality of it, Cam. I know with me. I thank God I went to an organization and went to a team that trusts me and is allowing me to grow. Like, I really thank God. Like, my best ball is ahead of me because I'm able to be in a situation like this. Like, everything I'm gaining, like, the number one teacher, Cam, that can't nobody tell you, and you even know there's the same thing in life. Like, the number one thing can't nobody prepare you for is you have to experience it. Like, it's no drill that can simulate, okay, man, it's 4th and 1, it's 17 seconds left in the game, the ball coming to you, you know the ball coming to you, you know you got to stop it. What drill is going, like, it's no drill that can prepare you for that, Cam. It's no drill that can prepare you for, all right, man, we'd have been in the game, man, you got 3 PIs, man, you still got to go out here and continue to go out the number one receiver, man. You know they talk about you, they frying you in the group chat. 2 of the PI might not even be your fault. Ty went to the receiver, you a rookie. Like, Cam, there's nothing that can prepare you for that. And then, Cam, even taking it to another level with you, I mean, you know, because you played quarterback, so like it's really gonna fall on you. Like taking it to another level, camp. It's nothing to prepare you for. All right, man, you just had a phenomenal game last week. We're gonna build you up. We're gonna talk about you. You just lost this game. We're gonna talk about you like a dog. You turn on the TV, you can't escape it. You open your phone, you can't escape it. Now you laying in your bed. Who you gonna call on? They ain't checking on you. But then you got to get ready for next week. Like
they ain't checking for
like but that's real, boy. That's real.
Yeah, I tell you like this. The development part that you was talking about, Pat, I'll give you an example. George Pickens, right? To see what George Pickens has done for the Dallas Cowboys, he's kind of been quiet these last couple of weeks, but the Steelers gave up on him. What's the Steelers' deficiency this year? You know, talent on a receiver position. You know, what you got from DK hasn't necessarily been what you would have expected, but he's had a very quiet year. I think he got 850 this year, which has been more than I would have expected. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but needless to say, on another hand, with your part, Terrion, is giving that 3, 2, 1 in the driveway is different than when it's actually in the game and you start. Well, we're playing in front of 95,000 and it's different. And those elements matter. It's one of those dynamics, bro. Like everybody's development curve is going to look different. And the fans are unforgiving, especially when they see other people thrive. I give you an example of C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. Bryce Young was the number 1 pick in the draft. C.J. Stroud have an unbelievable or a monumental rookie campaign. And now, you know, you got a coach that's fired, a GM that's fired. You got so many individuals that now they didn't still give up on Bryce Young because Bryce Young is actually coming into his own and they're reaping the benefits of that. Now, he hasn't shown that the consistency of putting up the 350 yards, but in the league, you really don't need that.